Today I'm going to show you how to install the Ionic 81080 and 81081 bracket kit for the 2015 to 19 GM Diesel Crew Cab. Now these brackets are going to fit the Ionic 41 series, 61 series, Gladiator, and factory style running boards. Let's go ahead and get started. Now we are on the passenger side of our truck, and the first thing that we're going to do is take the front cover off of our def tank. Now that's going to be 4 10mm bolts, 1 on each side and 2 in the front. So there's supposed to be a bolt right here as well, but we actually lost ours. So you want to make sure you take that one out too. And then the last one is going to be here on the other side. We're just going to set that to the side. Now our first 2 brackets that are up by our def tank are going to be 2-piece brackets. You're going to have one smaller bracket with a lip piece that's bent out. That's going to be for our first bracket. We're just going to take that and slide it right up beside in the hole right here in our def tank, and then we can slide it over to the first hole that's in our pinch weld. And if we lift it up a little bit, that lip is going to fall in a hole that's in our rocker panel. So if you pull on it, it won't come down anymore. That's when you know you got it. Now we're going to take the second portion of our first bracket. There's going to be kind of like a box piece and then a flat piece. The box piece is going to go to our pinch weld. One's going to match up with the hole in our pinch weld here. Then the other one is going to line up with the tab coming off of our top bracket. We're going to take a large bolt with a lock washer and a flat washer, and we're going to push that up through our bracket, through our pinch weld, and into our top bracket, which is going to have a welded nut. We're just going to do that by hand for right now. Then we're going to line up the 2 holes to our top and bottom bracket on the side. We're going to use a bolt and washer to go through, and then a washer and a locking nut, a locking flange nut on the back. And again, we'll just leave that loose for right now. Now if you follow your pinch weld down, you should have another opening right here that's going to be to the back end of the def tank. That's where our next 2-piece bracket is going to go. So our first piece of the second bracket is not going to have a bent-in tab, and that's because if you actually look in your rocker panel, there's going to be a threaded insert. So we're going to go ahead and set that up, line up our 2 holes here, and then we're going to take a provided bolt with locking washer and flat washer, and we're going to thread it in there. And we're just going to leave that loose for right now. Now to install our second piece of our bracket, we're going to do the same as what we did on the first one. We're going to use a large bolt with a lock washer and a flat washer. We're going to go up through our second bracket, through our pinch weld, and into the welded nut that is in our first bracket. And again, we're just going to leave that hand tight for right now. Next, we're going to install our bolt and washer through the side bracket on our first bracket here, and then through our second bracket with another washer and our flange nut. And again, we're just going to leave that loose for right now. Next, we're going to follow down our pinch weld. The next hole should be right here. We're actually going to skip that one, and we're going to go to the 4th hole. That's going to be where our next bracket is going to go. So for these next 2 brackets, we're going to use some U-nuts, and we're going to put one on our pinch weld here. As you look into your rocker panel, you should have a smaller hole and a larger hole. We're going to put another one up here. Just going to slide that into place, just like that. And then again, we're going to do the same thing for our last bracket, which is going to be our next set of holes down. We're just going to install 2 more clip nuts. Now our last 2 brackets are going to look exactly the same. They're going to have 2 holes at the top, one for the pinch weld and one for the rocker panel. And then again, you're going to have your slotted holes at the bottom for your running board. So we're going to set that in place. The bottom part of our bracket is going to go underneath of our pinch weld. And we're going to use a provided bolt, lock washer, and flat washer and go through our bracket, through our pinch weld, and into our U-nut. And we're going to do the same thing on our top part of our bracket here. We'll just leave those loose for right now. And then we're going to do the same thing for our last bracket. And there's our last bracket. Now on your driver's side, all of your brackets are going to look similar to your last 2 here, and they're going to install exactly the same way as these last 2 brackets did. So you can repeat that whole process on the opposite side. Now with your brackets loosely installed, we can reinstall our def tank cover, and then we can go ahead and put our board on, align it, and tighten everything up. If you have any questions, give us a call or visit us online.